Hello, this is Neil from MyPaintGirls.com, and I'm going to be doing quick 90-second gestures. So that one I didn't get to finish because I was recording this and then my computer geeked out on me. And so it's just capturing the main movement. So I'm going to just make a couple layers here, that way I don't have to do it later on. Then I hit play on Pose Master, which is free on my website, by the way, if you want to check it out. A quick tip here is to kind of go half and half of that for, or almost the length of that I meant. And this will just help when you're the measurement type of thing. In other words, if it was a standing pose, I'll show you when I do another pose what I was talking about there with the standing pose. It's just easier to explain what I'm talking about there. And this is really challenging to do, especially when you're talking, but that is when I'm talking. So what I'd like to do is, gather. I like the back to kind of go like that, even though that's not how her back is. You might want to draw the kind of flatness of the butt there. And then that's really all I need, really what I have there. Then everything else is just a bonus. So that is, all this other information is just bonus information that I can get in while you have the model, while you can look at the model. So, but as long as your anatomy is good and everything, all you need is that simple gesture drawing, and then you can get everything you need from that later on. Okay, now what I was talking about is we can do really quickly is half and then half, just like a quick line about both of them about the same. This way you can kind of have a general idea of measurement. And then I'm just gonna kind of draw in the shapes that I know I need in there. Her breasts are quite low. They're large, and so the gravity's really pulling them down, so they're real. Another interesting trick that I like is that I'll explain to you in a second. You know that the knees are going to come down about halfway in that measuring point. That's why that measuring point is a good measuring point to have. And again, you don't have much time to capture a whole lot of details, so don't get caught up in the details. Just capture the main essence of the pose. That's all you're trying to do. And then I'm going to, hopefully I'll have enough time to explain the other concept I wanted to explain. I'm just going to kind of come like so. Okay, so I think that's actually enough information. And don't have enough time. I was going to explain something. I'll do it in the next one maybe. Right, so that's all you need is when you're doing quick gestures. I'm paying attention to the whole shape it makes, and then I'm paying attention to the main big shapes, like this big shape. And I'm focusing on those large shapes there that are most prominent for me. That's those are the shapes I can see mostly. Now I can't explain what I wanted to explain on this particular one, but maybe on the next one. There's this cool concept in relation to sizes of things, besides that straight line thing I just showed you, which I talk about in my other tutorials. Bring this down a little bit. Just kind of capture the basic shape there. That's all you need. And that's a little big. So I don't have much time, and I kind of dinked around a lot there, but I should have maybe captured more of that. And I don't like that one at all. I don't even know why I have it in there. I mean, it's for perspective, and that's also perspective. Okay. I'm going to try to get one here that I can explain something. Okay, there we go. So another thing that you do, after you do this kind of halfway measurement point here, when you do that very quickly, and then you know where the head's going to be and stuff, there's this other really interesting shape comparison that you can do, and I'm going to show what that is. That is the length from, see, if I have my triangle here for I know my breasts are going to fit somewhere in there. Then you have the rib cage just below that. The length about the bottom of that rib cage, that first little circle you make, and then there's going to be a little space where you have imagine you have the two shapes here, and they kind of come together like this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop this because I want to explain this really quick, even though I know it's supposed to be just be the gestures. Is you have that first shape and then the second shape, and then they connect together by a little bit of skin, and I talk about that in one of the tutorials for torsos. And so you have that little bit of space here between the two shapes. But the thing I wanted to point out is that the length from here to here is about the same as the length from there to there. And then about half of that, or a little bit less than half of that, you have the space between it. So if you were to kind of measure this out, you'd have this shape here, they're about the same length, and then you have a little bit less than half of that in between them. And that's a really good, right there, that shape right there is a really good measuring device when you're drawing the human figure. Okay, so I have some time left here, and I'm going to go ahead and, I should have did that when I didn't do it. Oh well. I wanted to explain that because it's really cool. That relation of size just helps so much. I don't like that one. I mean, it's fine. It's just, come on. I don't have a whole bunch of pictures in here yet. That's all the pictures I have for the live nudes. Right, I guess I'll try this one. So, also, the thighs are about the length of right here, and so you just want to keep that in mind. It helps. And don't forget to always, you don't have to, but for me, I just think it really helps if I put the basic shapes in there first. And this arm is really foreshortened, and I usually indicate that by making it darker. And so let's see here, how much time? I don't have much time left, so I'm going to just kind of maybe capture this arc, because that's piece of information I definitely don't want to lose. And maybe kind of where that comes up at my knee. I want to have that a little more like so. And again, remember, you're not trying to do anything award-winning or anything. You're trying to capture the pose. You're not. It's really hard to express how not to get caught up in detail, but it's easy to get caught up in detail. So I capture most of the information I need there, and I should be able to work off that. So it's I think I accomplished my job of capturing a quick pose in the amount of time. Let's try another one here real quick. And so first what I'm doing is a little bit of measurements, because like I said, it helps me. The relation of those two with that space is very helpful. And then you have foreshortening, so the legs can be very short. And you want to do measurements like, you see the belly button to the knee, where the belly button, about where the belly button's going to be, right about here. So you want to cut it off, so because sometimes your brain might think it's farther out, like I thought it was farther out than it actually was, when in reality it's very, very close, because it's very foreshortened. And so you want to capture that foreshortenness. And this is a very complicated pose, so I can easily I guess purposely spend too much time on it, which is what I'm going to end up doing. But anyway, I want to try to capture, before I run out of time, because I know I'm running out of time, capture more information here. Let's pull this out more. Let's kind of get all that in there. Get her breast coming out over here, and the other breast there. Wrap this leg around with the knee, and then you know you're going to have the calf. It's going to come down over there. Calf, calf, and then foot. So I pretty much captured what I needed to. Then I can, come in and refine the head again. So there you go. Hopefully you're learning something from this, because I definitely, I'm trying to express things that really have helped me, while I do these quick gesture drawings, and they're quite challenging to, get information down so quickly and with proportion and stuff. And so I'm just trying to share tips, like the things that have helped me over time as I've done them. Okay, let's try this one. I guess it's different. Notice, like, sometimes that's another thing that'll help me is I'll draw where I know the head's going to be, and then I'll draw the shoulder line going right through the head. And for some reason, it helps me when drawing. So when I have that kind of position or whatever. Just going to draw, the whole shape there. I might be able to see a little bit of that breast. You can come back in, I can refine the head and stuff more later. And then I definitely want to get those two shapes in there. And again, you kind of measure straight down, kind of imagine this straight down here, and then you know about how much length you have for the leg to come out, since it's kind of foreshortened. And I'm running out of space, so I'm just going to kind of go like that. And there. So that's pretty much captured the pose. So yeah, I guess I'll try this one, and then I'll call that at the end of the video. I might share a little bit of thoughts. So what I'm doing there is I'm trying to capture the gesture line, and there's different kinds of gesture lines, and I think that's what I'll spend the remaining time talking about after I do this, if there's any time left. I think there will be, though. So I ran out of space there. It's unfortunate, so I have to kind of imagine. Imagine where my belly button's going to be, and then you have that line, and then like that comes up where the leg's going to be. This is another thing you have to kind of measure, because it's very foreshortening, so you really want to use measuring techniques when you're doing foreshortened stuff. Actually, it has to be over here more. And I'm almost out of time, so I'm not going to be able to do that part, but oh well. I can at least capture that a little bit. And that one's way foreshortened. So that kind of captures the essence of that pose. So what I wanted to talk about really quick before the video leads out is gesture lines. This was a gesture line. So gesture lines is any type of S curve like this. It can be subtle, it can be big. That's one type of gesture line. The other type of gesture line is this. And then there's opposite gesture lines, which is that. So on a leg, you can kind of represent a leg like that. So that would be the thigh, and then that would be the calf. And that's opposite C's. And so you have the C's and the squiggly lines, and those are gesture lines, and you put them together in different arrangements on the body. So for that, you have that kind of C shape, but then you hand up this opposite C in that body shape. So thank you for watching. Please visit the website ipaintgirls.com, and if you want to support me, I have some new stuff on the site you can see that you can purchase. And so yeah, thank you.